This conference will now be recorded.
So after this, if after the collection of basic details about the treatment details, the next thing what we will be doing as per our business requirement is we have to collect the necessary documents. So customer will be coming to the screen and he will be selecting the necessary beneficiary type as well as the insurance type. So if we selecting self and domiciliary, we'll be entering this value. We have not given first name value, it is blank here. And after this, of the customer selecting entering all these values, the next thing is we have to upload the attachments. Okay, so we have to let customer to upload the necessary attachments like prescription, medical bills, reports, everything. So for that implementation, I mean for the attachments implementation, there is already one thing like OOTP. So if we clearly observe the screen at the right side, we have something called recent attachments. So this is something part of our harness only, OOTP part only. We have not done anything. So if I just click on this plus and select the necessary file, so the same screen, it is asking us to upload some attachments. So my what I'm explaining here is there is already one OOTP functionality for the attachments, and if we want to use that into our implementation or as per requirement, whatever the section which is already there, we can able to just simply use it here. Okay, so there if I'm just clicking on plus, I'm getting this kind of screen, and on clicking on this I'm getting this section. So there is already some OOTP happening at the background. So if I just reuse the existing functionality, that will be much easier for me, no? So first thing what we have to do is we have to identify the section what it is calling, and on clicking on this we are getting some other screen. So this all thing we have to implement in our here in our section. So for that, again the same process, go to live UI and mouse over on this. We'll be getting the necessary implementation. We can able to directly go to that section. So mouse over on that and open this tree grid. We'll be getting much information there. So this particular section has been included into another section, that is PY case attachments wrapper. So in PRPC, if you come across any rule starting with PX, PY, PZ, those are completely OOTP. We'll be discussing much about this when we're working with PZ in this case. So this section that is included in this section, and this section has been included in this section. Likewise, this is what we can able to see here, and this is separate section and this is separate section. Now if I open this one, so PY case attachment top wrapper, so this is the OOTP section which is already implemented for attaching the documents. So I'm trying to reuse it. I'm opening the section now, so it will be taking me to some other classes. It is in the work class. Okay, so this is the OOTP section I have identified for the attachments, and this is in the work class. If it is there in the work class, I can able to reuse it wherever I want. No, why? Because framework is the child of work class, implementation is the child of work class. So wherever the approach I want to go for attachments, I can able to reuse this section. So that's why PRPC has identified the scope and created it in the work dash. So now our requirement is, this is the section and I want to include my section in my necessary place. So you got the requirement. If the customer is selecting either domiciliary or hospitalization, you will be entering these details, and below that I want to show him one attachment section. So we should be allowing the customer to attach the necessary documents. So we have already identified the section responsible for that, and I want to include this section here into my section. So if I want to include any of the section into another section, we should be going for embed sections. So till now we have seen how to drag and drop dynamic layouts, and there will be one separate concept like embed sections. Embed sections are used for embedding one section into another section. So if you want to go for that, click on layout, scroll down, there will be something called embedded sections. Okay, and just drag and drop wherever you want. So I want to put it at the last. I want to put it above this comment. So I'm just taking the embed section and putting it here. Okay, so whenever we are doing embedding, that is one section into another section, it will be asking us the section name. So what should be the section name it is asking? So the section name here is this one, PY case attachments top wrapper. You have to remember this. And if we click on down arrow, we will be getting the necessary suggestions. So by default, we are requesting a rule from framework work class. You can able to see it here. So we will be getting all the necessary suggestions from the class first. And as discussed, this is the child of one work class, and we can able to access all the components which are in the work class. No? So for that, click on more. If we select the more option, so first three are related from the work class, and these are from work dash cover dash class. So these many OOTB sections we have, and there are some sections which are in the work dash as well. Okay, so just to start typing whatever the thing you want. Select it and just click on submit. So that section has to be embedded into my section. So you can able to see this now. So this is the whole section that is included, and after this I have this message, and now by default this should not be displayed. Let me save and run as of now. You need not do anything here, just include the section, that's it. So I'm trying to execute the flow. So we are getting this section ready. See, if I just click on plus, it is asking us to select the folder. I'm selecting something like this, attach. We can able to see the attachments uploaded, and this particular attachment has been given with the work object ID name. We'll discuss about these attachments when we are working with what's that, PX results. Now we will not understand anything. So clear so far, no? Likewise, we can able to attach many attachments here. And now we have to put the visibility for this. This particular attachment section has to be visible if the customer is selecting either domiciliary or the hospitalization only. Okay, if you're selecting both also, you have to display. Here we have to put some condition. So this has to be displayed either hospitalized if we are selecting this one or this one. So in this case, we have to go for or condition. If I'm using end condition, if I'm selecting both only, I'll be getting this appeared, but that is not my requirement. So if we're selecting either domiciliary or hospitalization, so here we have to use or condition. So or condition, we can able to create one for we can able to create one when condition for that, or we can able to directly create one condition expression. I'll show you how to use condition expression in this case. So this is the main section now. So click on gear icon, and there should be something like visibility, and this should not be visible by default. I'm trying to put the same with condition expression. Open the expression builder, and is domiciliary is true, or I'm using or here, is hospitalization is true. So if either of this is true, I want to make this displayed. So I'm just saving this. Refresh is already included onto this checkboxes now. I need not do anything here now. So I'm refreshing. So by default, we are not getting anything here. And just check this. We can able to see this section visible, and check this. Even now also we can able to see this section visible. If we just uncheck also, we should be seeing. Why? Because we are using or conditions here. Okay. We can able to select how many number of how many number of attachments we want. We can able to do that. So this is the important concept. And whatever the data we enter here as part of work object ID, we see everything in PY work page. This is already we know. So we have entered few details here now. So if we just click on PY work page, I will be seeing the necessary single value properties, and if there are any properties created within the pages, we will be seeing it there. So these are all the properties what we are seeing directly on the PY work page. As I was discussing, PY work page is a page which will be holding the work object details. Okay, so all the work object details, either direct created values or the page values, page property values, we should be seeing it under PY work page. But now my question here is, this is one of the attachments. So I have attached two attachments here, and these two attachments are also part of this work object ID only. So under the CHD22, I am seeing two work object IDs. I'm sorry, I'm seeing two attachments. So if we create new work object here, we will not be seeing any attachments for that. Why? Because these two are the attachments which are specific to this work object ID only, for the specific insured person only. And this is also part of work object data only, no? But I will not be seeing the attachment details into PO work page. That is important. So all the attachment details which are attached as part of work object ID will be stored in another pages. I mean, it will be stored in two separate pages of clipboard. That is PY attach page. One thing here. One second. So this is important. In interviews, they will be asking you. So all the work object data we are seeing in the clipboard, I mean in the PY work page. But what about the attachment details? Attachments are also part of work object IDs only, but where we will be seeing the data in clipboard? That is the question. So it will not be stored into the PY work page. It will be stored into two different places. That is PY attach page. I'll be just telling the page names now. Why? Because you will not understand anything more than that in this point of time. Don't know why are we getting like this. So it is showing case manager portal. Something is happening here. So if we don't restart the server, you'll be getting these kind of issues. So you have to restart server at least once in 2 days or 3 days in order to avoid these kind of performance issues. So now I'm trying to upload one thing here. So whatever the attachment I'm attaching as part of this work object ID has to be stored into two different places in PY work page. Sorry, in work clipboard, it will not be stored into PY work page. So one page is this one, PY attach page. I will not click on that. We're getting some error now. So this is one place where we can able to see the work of attachment details. And next thing is the data pages. So this is just for your information as of now. This is the another place. So in interviews, if anyone asks you about the attachment details about work object, you have to say that it will not be stored into PY work page. It will be stored into two separate pages. That is PY attach page is one of the page which will be there in the users page. And under data pages, we will be having something like D underscore attach list. Okay, so if you are not remembering anything as of now, you simply forget. Why? Because anyway we'll be having detailed discussion about the attachments and PX results. You don't know the concept of PX results. That's why I'm not telling you anything about this more technical now. So you remember you remember that like attachment details will not be stored into PY work page. So clear, no, both of you?
Yes.
So Tulani, you aware of that concept like PY attach page or D underscore page list, attach list? Did you come across these pages anytime?
Yes. While I was doing my first project, I remember implementing attachment.
Yeah. So there will be specific places where we will be going for PY attach page, and there will be cases where we go for D underscore attach list. So that's what I thought of checking with you, whether you know the difference or not. Okay, no problem. So you understood this concept now, both of you, how to attach the documents here. And if we just click on submit button, so right side will be, as I was telling, you'll be having all the harness details only. So this is part of OOTB harness only. So the attachment details will be all the time reflecting here. So if we are having 10 screens, if you are having 10 screens, so in all the 10 screens, after the attachment is uploaded, in all the 10 screens, we have to see this section. And on clicking on that, we will be getting automatically downloaded. So this is because of the PY attach page. UI and user interface part is because of the D underscore attach list. Okay, you forget about that, you will be getting confused. So now we'll discuss about the new topic. You clear now? So you clear how to use this OR conditions, no? So if we just give OR there in the condition expression, it will be changed to these symbols here. So if you're confident enough in giving the coding, you can able to directly give it here. And if you put ampersand here, then it will be like acting like an end query. So if you open it, you should be seeing it automatically change to end. Okay. Now if I change this to OR, here it has to be changed to 2 lines. That is my expectation. I'm changing this to OR, save this. So you understood now? So in real cases, there will be many symbols like this. Like if you see these two lines, it will be considered as an OR. If you see two ampersands, it will be considered as an AND. And now we'll discuss about rule sets. So this topic is clear now. And now we'll discuss about the new concept called rule sets. So whenever we are creating any rule in PRPC, we'll be selecting few things here. Suppose I'm creating one property rule. So when creating any kind of rule, we should be giving the label name. Automatically ID will be generated, and here we'll be changing the context meaning which application we want to go for this rule, and here we'll be selecting the class. So these three are the things what we'll be doing usually. So I'll be giving the name here, this one and this one. That's it. We will not be bothering anything about this part. So this is completely with the rule set concept. So now we'll discuss about this. So whenever I'm selecting this is implementation application, no? So whenever I'm selecting this implementation application, we are seeing one rule set here. So rule set is nothing but collection of rules. So what are all the rules we have created so far? It will be like a collection under one rule set name. Okay. So this is what we usually do, no? Something happening, 1 second. So till now we are seeing this one. So if I'm trying to create any rule, we'll be giving the label name and we'll be selecting the context and we'll be ignoring this part. Okay. Why? Because by default, what are the rule sets we are creating? Can you give me 2 minutes of time? I have to log off and log in. It is completely behaving abnormal here. So I should be getting organization also.
Sure.
Still the same actually. Actually, we should be getting 4 rule sets here. So if you don't mind, I need 2 more minutes. I'll restart the server and connect back. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Sorry for that. Let me
No
give,
issue.
please give me 2 minutes.
Okay.